If our young girls will be able to build capacity for themselves, teach your girl child how to make money, how to be a value-added person, not just a wife. Let the boys them understand that she is not, she's not their slave. She should be what? Innovative. Stir up in them greatness. Stir up our daughters to greatness and stop teaching them how to back pikin and unback pikin. When your daughter wants to talk with you, please give her listening ears. Even when you are tired, it builds trust. It helps them know that someone is listening.
The Uplifted Souls Network is founded on the transformative power of God's Word through the media. At the Uplifted Souls Network, we are committed to empowering individuals to live a joyful and purposeful life, guided by the timeless principles and wisdom found in God's Word. We are committed to imparting wisdom, deepening spiritual growth, and shaping life through a range of transformative programs and services. We strive to create a citadel of learning where individuals can discover their divine purpose, deepen their spiritual understanding, and spread messages of hope and positive living to a global audience. Each initiative is designed to uplift, support, and guide individuals on their journey towards personal and spiritual fulfillment.
Hello, good day everyone. You're welcome to the Uplifted Souls Network, where we impact lives and help build healthy nation. Today, having with me in the studio is no other person than Dr. Mrs. Precious Omoruwou.
Thank you very much for having me in your studio. I count this a rare privilege, and God bless you.
You're welcome, man. The true essence of living is impacting life. And impacting life, one must cut across the edges of life using his or her giftings and talents, ensuring that people are well impacted. And our Dr. Mrs. Precious Omoruwou is doing justice with her giftings, not just impacting our generation, but also impacting the younger generations with her gift. Honestly, man, can you just tell us more about you?
Thank you very much. Like we earlier mentioned, I'm Dr. Mrs. Precious Omoruwou.
Wow.
A girl child advocate with an NGO, Prefel Foundation for the Girl Child. Married to Pastor Engineer Dr. Felix Omoruwou. And we are blessed with children by the grace of God. I am a lecturer in a higher institution. And just clocked 50. So,
Wow.
and she asked me how old, I think 50 plus right now. And whatever you need to know maybe concerning the NGO in the course of the interview will be unfolded.
Honestly, when you mentioned you are 50 plus, I was like, but you don't look like it. You don't look like 50 at all. What exactly are you eating? You look much more younger, like a woman of, let's say, 30s, 40s.
Yes, you see, when we talk about eating, we talk about diet, one's mindset is, always fine-tuned around food. But if you ask me what I'm actually taking, I think doing what makes you happy is a healthy diet.
Yeah.
And the NGO for the girl child, the Prefel Foundation for the Girl Child, is a healthy diet I am actually feeding on right now. Gives me joy, every opportunity to be with the girl child, to have a section with them, wherever, in my place of work, even in the church, gives me, satisfaction, like food. So I think that is what is keeping me young.
and evergreen.
Yeah.
Honestly, one thing about purpose I discovered lately, it gives you that energy to do more. When you feel you're tired, you still find that little spark inside of you, like keep you going, like a fuel.
Yeah.
You keep burning, but you are not tired. You are so passionate, especially when it has to do with impacting the younger generation.
Yeah.
Because you have been through those age and stage of life. You have experience of whatever they are going through, and it gives you so much joy. Like you want to impact, you want to let them understand one or two things of what they are going through, about what they are going through. And that brings me to the question, man, how come about the idea of Prefel Foundation? Because recently I went through your social media platform. I saw you and some teenagers or some of your students, I don't know their age bracket. You guys are having so much fun, and I was asking myself, being a lecturer, I know how busy your schedules may be, and you still find time to catch up with this should I call it this purposeful journey of yours.
Well, if I answer the last one with regards to my students, I'm privileged to be a head of department, and over the years I've also come to understand that for you to catch them, you have to first of all ensure that they trust you.
Yeah.
And for you to gain their trust, you have to first of all let them know that you feel them, you're wearing their shoes, you've been through that path, you understand.
Yeah.
And then also you have to, many of us, the reason many young ones don't come close to us, don't open up to us, take decisions themselves, is that we are very judgmental. We are quick to condemn them, but letting them know that you know what they are passing through is key.
Yeah.
So you see those dance steps, they are all intentional.
Yeah.
Keep ourselves, having the fun, and then when the time comes for real talk, you also get their attention. Well, concerning the girl child you just asked, the inspiration behind it. I grew up in a family where I am the first child.
Wow.
And my dad is a very traditional person, a very traditional man. So it's expected that as a traditional man, you will give preference to the boy child.
Yeah.
But he happens to be quite different. He's a traditional man, but he gave me my place as the eldest child, irrespective of my gender. So he ensured that I had the best of education. He was very interested in my academic pursuit. The things around me while I was growing up, they were not too encouraging. They are not things that will really inspire or aspire you to be in school, and nobody is also talking. Like now we have NGOs here, even churches are organizing seminars, Churches now, you have sections for teenagers, which was not. Before in our time, everybody were all together in the big church. Whatever message is passed to the father and mother is passed to the child there and then. So there's a limit to what we understood. That's why I said our environment then was not healthy enough. Yeah. But you see that love my parents were giving me with regards to my education, I faced it. And while growing up, I discovered that when there are family gatherings or there are events, you hardly allow a lady to speak. Ladies are hardly given the opportunity and privilege to talk. But I also noticed that ladies that are financially buoyant, when they step in, there is a difference in the way they look at them, the respect they give them, the speed with which they offer them chairs and all that. Then I also discovered that even the king, has the desire to make a lady a chief. So when she's financially buoyant, I saw all this and I was like, wow. Meaning, to be a mediocre, you're on your own, you understand?
Just for you to make a decision.
Yeah. So I strived there and then. One, I didn't want to disappoint my parents. Yeah. Then two, I wanted to be a voice. And so I had to work on myself. Then when, in the course of doing that, I got this job as a lecturer. Unfortunately, this is the first time I'm lecturing grown-up persons who doesn't know what to do with their life.
Honestly.
So I was heart-struck. Like, I see students, then it was a polytechnic, and you see students that we gain admission with the boys. Halfway into the journey, they've dropped out. Some of them, the boys are in school, they are dating the boy is in class, you are at home frying dodo, waiting for him to come back and eat. Like, what kind of mindset is this? You are single at home, married in school. And then at the end, you just see that the boy graduates, the girl is still trying to pick her pieces.
Is that part of an attribute of a low self-esteem or what?
Low self-esteem and lack of vision, no purpose. Nothing is driving them. So, I had to take it up from one-on-one counseling, gradually, it's metamorphosed into what we are seeing today. Wow. I'm telling you. And I thank God that it was yielding the desired result, that beginning, when it was one-on-one section, before we grew to where we are today. And God is still helping us.
When you made mention that some of these younger generations, actually, they don't really open up easily.
Yes.
What are the cause of it? Because I remember sometime in my own age, when I was growing up, I grew up in a family where my dad acts like a military man. You cannot just express yourself easily. They come with this kind of 10 commandment lifestyle that they're actually trapped the how will I put it, the willpower of a child in becoming.
God bless you.
You know, the child is looking like a prisoner. Doesn't know from the right to the left what he or she ought to do. You're confused at some point, because if you take this step, your dad may come out and bully you. I will use the word bully because they don't know the difference between discipline and bullying a child. The child will now lose its self-esteem. How can we really solve that trauma this younger generation are going through? And there are so many things that is really influencing these children growing wide.
You are very correct.
But how can we really, from this foundation stuff, God has given you the vision to establish? I feel there's a way, and I know you have done a lot. I've seen for the past few years things you have accomplished, and the way children come close to you. Honestly, I actually cherish it so much. So how can we really solve this or bridge this gap?
Well, there is never a time that is too late, to start something beautiful. No matter how far you have gone on the wrong road, the wrong path, there is still, the moment you discover that you're on the wrong path, please turn.
Yeah.
So that is why we want to address both those whose children have grown and those that are yet to start family and those that are just having one. Now, I also suffered it. In my house, it was, I can't confide in my parents while growing up, because the reaction then is terrible. And it is nothing but this military lifestyle. Honestly. And so we didn't really grow up bold enough to address issues because we're here. So when I started this lecturing job, I discovered that there are so many students that have this ache and pains that they are passing through. For example, let me give you a good example. There are some students, when exam period comes, they are dreaming out of exam halls because they couldn't pay school fees. I remember signing shorty for some I have to pay like half, rescue them. So for you to even get it from them first, show love, show concern. That is when they will now be relaxed. And in the course of that showing love and showing concern, they know that this person can be trusted. And they now open up. And you find out that they have varied problems that even their own parents can't even help them solve. Are you getting me? Yeah. So that was how gradually I started getting close. And students, they are, if you mess up, the evangelism flies very, very fast. Before you know it is everywhere. Wildfire. I'm telling you. Same way, if you do good also, it spreads very fast. You don't need to spread it, they spread it for you. And so that was how it started spreading, and many of them come around to the point now, like I said, I'm a head of department. So sometimes it's choking, giving them the attention. But my colleagues know, no matter how serious the discussion I'm having with you, if a student needs my attention, they know, mostly it's a girl. They know they will have to just like, our girls have come, we'll have to talk. So I want to use this medium to talk to parents. Be your daughter's friend. It's very, very important. God has blessed me with them, male and female. But coincidentally, my sons built trust with me even more than my girls. Yes, because my girls were closer to the father. Wow, and the boys, like I don't know. My girls were closer to their daddy, that's my husband. And these my boys, shared with me heart-to-heart talk. As well as though I asked my boy, I said, come, you're not telling me everything, no. Have you not had your wet dream? Give me the gist now. You can, as much as that, Yeah. And he gave me the gist, you understand? Yes, how it happened, and we laughed over it. But for my daughters, like the eldest one, now that she has entered higher institution, she sees the need for us to talk. So anytime my phone rings and she's the one calling, if I'm very busy, I don't call her back immediately because I know it's going to be stories. What all that have happened around her. So I'll take time. When maybe I'm going home, I'm free. Let me have this for you. I know. Now, when your daughter wants to talk with you, please give her listening ears. Yeah. Even when you are tired, it builds trust. It helps them know that someone is listening. Yeah. It is when you don't give her listening ears, that's when she start having myriads of friends. That's with questionable characters, and you can't give what you don't have. So these friends, whatever counsel or input they make in that gist, take it to. Are you getting it? So parents should learn to give their time to, because if you don't give them your time now, at your very old age, you won't have them to share pleasant moments with you too, because you did not build it.
That's true.
So through this broadcast, I want to believe strongly that some parents are listening and they should be able to do better. Yes. Yes.
In the course of running this Prefel Foundation, what are the major challenges faced by girl child in our society?
Yeah, very many. Very many. And I don't know, maybe I'm so consumed by this advocacy that I'm always easily, even in a normal conversation, and you talk down the girl child, my husband knows, I'm always easily like, what did you just say? It shows that even though the advocacy, the message is going around, there is still much work to be done.
Yeah.
I entered Keke one day with a man. The man had a daughter on KHMS uniform in the Keke with me. The man was at one edge, I was at another edge, the child was in the middle. So a vehicle turned, so which made our Keke to like hold brake, like abruptly.
Yeah.
So immediately the vehicle turned and entered road. They're like, now woman, we can't wahala when women they fight for this our country, They can't problem. Can you imagine the woman? It's a women very useless set of people with this.
My God.
So I don't know him, but I couldn't take it anymore. I said, Oga, I'm sorry, you are a negative influence on this child. I said, can you be talking down on a woman like that and you have a daughter? He said, Mother, you will not understand. You see, in the governance, he started giving, what's this woman's name that stole money and all that. And I asked her, I said, more examples, please. But this one does I said, more. Do you have more? I said, because if you stop there, I'm going to give you a list of men that have done worse. You just counted just few women. As against the list of men that you say, he said, if you give woman chances, that. So I didn't spare him. I wasn't abusing him, but I was correcting his impression. And he didn't agree with me, no problem. When I got to where I was to come down, I came down before them. And I said, I held the money to pay the keke. I said, young lady, I was addressing the girl. I said, you are a young girl with potentials for greatness. I see in you a woman that will build a very beautiful home, that will make great this country, that you are, in fact, don't listen to your father. Take your academics serious, and this mantle of leadership that these men are not handling properly, you are one of them that are going to right the wrong. The Kekema was very happy. He was so excited. I said, keep it up. She not going to understand what they talk. She not going to understand. I paid and I left. This mindset against women here is still very, very, most especially in the heart of very local men, not the enlightened ones. My father's burial was just a few years ago. You are aware? Yeah. And as the eldest child, they found it very difficult to shut me down because of who I am. But you still see some of them at the slightest opportunity want you to show up,
They are the men of the family.
Exactly. So most times when they are about showing off like that, I don't argue with them. I give them an opportunity and they come apologizing later. Why? Because she has the capacity. She has the fund also. And she also has the wisdom and a backing of a husband with balance. God bless you. So at the end of the day, they find it difficult to talk me down. And that is why my heart goes out to young ladies out there that are not even building a future for themselves. How can you, as a young lady, your entire life is centered around how you can just get a man that will take care of you? You just want to have a man that will take. It's an error. It's a huge error. Because the society will never give you a place. You will take it. And taking this place, you must have what it takes to take it. You must have the capacity to take it. And top on the list of capacity to take it is our education. So every young girl should strive to get educated. I told someone today, I said that year that our father in the faith, Bishop David Oyedepo, dropped all pastors that didn't have first degree. I said that year was enough reason for every young man and young lady out there to go and acquire one. Because even in spiritual pursuit, it is very, very important. So if our young girls will be able to build capacity for themselves, behaviorally, we've talked about education, behaviorally, I traveled over this weekend. And in the vehicle we entered, because of maybe this foundation, I'm always very observant. I sat at the very last seat. The driver was collecting money. He now asked the ladies, there were many ladies, one of the ladies said, have you paid me? Why you go? ask me that kind of question whether I don't pay you. You not go check your money. Let me pay you now for that. That question does not demand that kind of answer. I was just looking. The next that came to my mind was, when will my gender learn to be civil? When? So this thing make them, the male folk, always look down on us. You understand?
I wouldn't say the male folks actually look down, because the way you dress, that's the way you are dressed. You know, most of the time when we see the girl child on the streets, you know, men looking at them is already telling you a story.
Yes.
About them. You don't really need to know their background, the kind of family they come from. Men looking at them, you already have a, should I call it, a natural discernment of who they are, what they stand for, and what they believe. You know, like there's a quote I saw somewhere, I could not really remember where, but it said, when a child grows into a failed adult, it will definitely end as a failed parent and bear more failed children. And
it goes on and on like that.
And on.
Very
like I always look at the girl child as the mother of creation. You understand? They have the power to bring forth a being
and nurture
it, because when a girl child doesn't have the basic knowledge, the wisdom, or all it takes to raise up a child in the right manner, you can never in any way give a child what you don't have.
That's true.
So I feel there's, like you said, there's more to be done.
A lot.
There's more, because if we do not act, like there's a difference between reacting and responding. I think responding has more value, more weight than react. You might react to things and it doesn't catch.
The message is not sent at the end of the day.
Or passed at the end of the day. Then, but if we're able to respond, I believe in the power of one. If you're able to catch one, that one will catch two.
That ripple effect.
It continued on and on. And what you are doing is, honestly, is mind-blowing. I imagine the kind of the number of children, girl child, you have impacted. The goal is not to impact everybody at once.
Yes.
The goal is to impact one person
at a time.
And you are doing excellently well. And I think we should invest. Like, in what angle should the girl child, like, how can we really invest more on the girl child?
Okay. Yes. This is a very important question. Very important. I know one will quickly say, educate the girl child. Education is okay, it's fine. But this education we are talking about actually starts from the home.
You need to understand what it means to be educated.
Starts from the home. You see, our parents, they concentrated more in, as a girl, this is how you sit, close your leg, it's fine. As a girl, learn to make a bar. You know, you make good food for your husband, it's fine. But beyond that, what else? How else are you preparing them? How else? What else are you building into them? You know, when we were growing up as girls, our parents bought doll baby. So every time you carry the doll baby, you have to comb the doll baby hair, rub powder, back the doll baby. That was what is like, that is the life of a girl child, you know. But you see the boys, they give them toys, cars. And when they spoil, that boy can squat 1 hour, is losing and fixing that car. You see ingenuity. You see his brain is being fine-tuned towards creativity. Meanwhile, my gender has been taught how to make sure that we pack the dumb baby hair very well. We rub the dumb baby powder, and we know how to back the dumb baby and keep the neck well, you know. But then, dear mothers, beyond that, beyond teaching her how to be a wife material, teach her also that money is not gender specific. Teach your girl child how to make money, how to be a value-added person, not just a wife. Because that is why in time past, let them go to school. If you can get a job as a primary school teacher, it's a woman now, make you just teach for there. 2 o'clock, it don't close, it don't come house, so that you go fit prepare food, wait for a husband. No ingenuity. No training to discover anything. Nothing to even how to be a leader. No. But my dad, early enough, as the first child, I have boys, brothers, I have sisters, he was able to early enough to say, okay, you know, where we grew up now, the food is centrally, everybody is on one plate. My dad will say, no, separate her own. He tried to first of all make them understand this one is the senior. So with that alone, I have to also take my place. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Not position to bully and beat, but also to be responsible for the ones that are following me.
Yeah.
And so,
Leadership.
mothers should be able to teach their girl child how to be leaders. You can't ask your son, your daughter is at home, you now say, Faith, I bet do you make a bad down? Daniel go soon come on. You know, say if you no see food, the annoyance, I know if you wait jam. Then Faith will now make a bar and wait for Daniel, who has been running around the street of Okorodafe. And then by the time Daniel come back, then after eating, not even thank you, self, my sister. Who make about Faith? Thank you. You can even hear things like, this is what I be like say no bueno. You understand? And then the mother is saying, Faith, the water no bueno. How you doing? No, mother should rise above that.
Yeah.
Let the boys them understand that she is not, she's not their slave. She should be what? Innovative. Stir up in them greatness. I have telling my daughter something. Even today again, I still told her. I say, Faith, when you get your 300 level, we're going to float your own NGO. You are reading optometry. So we're going to float an NGO in that regard. You know these things girls do these days. Contact lens, just carry things and put in your eye, eyelash. Float an NGO around it. Let's see how we can talk to these girls. As a specialist in that area, before you know it, you can be impactful on her. She was looking at me. This is me trying to help her be a voice, discover herself. Her NGO may not even be in that light later. But at least, by the time I'm able to prepare her, gradually, before you know, I have a 13-year-old girl, Joy Life, Alegbemi. She has a girl child foundation, Joy Life. She's 13 years old, as I'm talking to her, she's an ambassador in Sweden and so many other places. Yeah. The father called me, I've heard about your NGO, please. I want you to help us organize people this way and all that. I looked at the small girl that is dining and whining with the whites them. I look at my daughter, you have what it takes. You can even do more and do better. We should steer up our daughters to greatness and stop teaching them how to back picking and non-back picking. God bless you.
Thank you, Mama. We should stop teaching them
how to back and non-back.
It doesn't end there. There's more. There's more. Like, if we're able to catch up these younger generations, make them understand in between the lines, separate the shaft from reality.
God bless you.
Make them understand that the early gratification of so many things they are indulging in does not really give them that, will not give them that promising future. I saw a girl one day, looking at her, when I don't know what she was trying to say that day, looking at her tongue, I saw that these girls, maybe she may have consumed a lot of drugs. This blue kind of bluish tongue, like I don't understand. I don't know what it's called, but I already know she has already consumed a lot of drugs. And if we should go further, I think there should be agencies that should help comb this kind of attitude swing or this kind of influence. Let's use the word influence. Because if there's an agency that take care of this whole thing, it should not be centered mainly on the girl child.
Okay.
I say your foundation is not really, though dominantly is for the girl child. But I feel we should have a spread of it. Let's see. I don't know if there can be a way we can incorporate the boy child as well, so that it will not be just the girl child. Because if we do not handle the boy child, this same boy child will still turn out to be what?
The husband of the girl child we have been grooming.
Thank you.
And I say, God forbid.
Even me, I say, God forbid. But that's the reality.
Yes.
That's the reality.
Yes.
Everyone is trying to raise their own children in the best way.
I have a circle of young girls that I hold seminars with online, our WhatsApp platform. We always talk about things, issues, personal matters of the heart,
Yeah.
So once the time is coming up like this, they make offers.
Wow, that's great.
We are buying this, we are buying that. And I believe strongly that one day we are going to secure external support where we can now give every child school bag, school shoes. I'm looking forward to that. Right now, we'll give them writing materials, but I still feel it's not enough. I want every child to have a bag from us.
You know the beautiful thing about purpose, you do it all by yourself.
Yeah.
And even when you do it, you don't count it as if you're spending anything.
God bless you.
So I'm so glad you said you now have a corporate account attached to the Prefel Foundation. That's a very nice one. Next thing you need to do, try to make your foundation known.
Yeah.
Like having a website to it.
Yeah.
Make it more corporate so that when people log in, see your activities, number of years you have. That will stir up the heart of people. Everybody might not come out to do the same thing you are doing. People are looking for people. Some are called, some are choosing. You understand? So both parties work hand in hand. Man, it's in my heart to help.
Yeah.
Take this. I cannot come out and be doing it. You know? So people are like that. And from what I've seen you are doing, honestly, I'm thrilled, and it gives me great joy that someone is actually bearing the cross.
Thank you
doing
so
that
much.
which God has destined you to do.
Very grateful.
Honestly. Thank you so much, Ma. And
I should be appreciating you.
I so much enjoy this section. I wouldn't want it to end. But we still have more other stuff to talk about.
Yes.
Well, we'll schedule for next time.
No problem.
So, our viewers out there, I believe you may have picked one or two things that cut across parenting, raising up the girl child in the right way it should, and not just the girl child alone, also touching the boy child as well, because these two genders actually make up our society, and if we don't invest on them, definitely we will not have our society be safe, where we can raise our own children, because everyone is going to become father and mother tomorrow, become parents. So my encouragement and that of our daughter Mrs. Precious is that please make sure you raise up a child in the way it should grow, just like the Bible said. So if we're able to adhere to all these messages we have passed so far, and I believe our society will be great again. It will be great, and I so much believe in you. God bless each and every one of us in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you very much. God bless you, sir.